So I'm Sally and this is Jenny.
Hi.
We're both the midwives here at Western District Health Service. Now between hours of 6 a.m. and 6 p.m. you come through these doors here and we'll go past the screening ladies here where we're going to get our temperatures taken and they're going to ask us if we have any symptoms of COVID. Hi, I'm Sally. I'm just heading up to midwifery. I've got to meet my midwife there.
All right. Have you had a cough, a sore throat, or shortness of breath, or
No.
fever, or anything? I'll just take your temperature. Thank you. Thank you. And you're all right as long as you sanitise your hands. Thank you.
I'm here to see my midwife.
Yeah, just this way.
Hi, Sally.
Hi,
How are
Jenny.
you? Oh, hi, Sally. How did you go in the shower?
Yeah, it was good. I just want to get off my back, if that's okay. I don't want to go on the bed.
Great. Suits me fine. If you hop down here, I've got a nice mat there. It's nice and spongy. Okay. And you can see that's great. Just going to do a little bit of massage. Okay. You tell me if that's helpful to you or not.
Yeah, a little bit lower.
Okay, fantastic. How's that?
No,
It's hard to talk.
You can stop now.
Okay, all right.
Good.
Okay. That's it. You just rest between that contraction.
Can I go on the bed anyway, or like to be off my back though?
Yeah, sure.
I've had enough of
Okay.
that.
Hey, well done. Oh, that's so good, Sally. Gee, you're doing great. I'm just going to massage again in here. That's it. This is a perfect position because we can see what's going on. We can see when the baby starts to descend. We'll see some different signs down here around your bottom area. That's so good. Well done. That's a great position for birthing.
Yeah, that was good.
I'm just going to show you something else that you can use if it suits you. So we get it in place. It's a belly bag and it's got a spot there for your tummy to sit. Sometimes that's quite comforting as well.
That's nice.
That's nice, and then you can just drift off to sleep. We'll just shut things down, keep it quiet.
No, get it out, get it out.
Okay, cool, that's okay. That's just going to do a little pressure spot on your foot. It just helps with anxiety. This is something that partners can do. We'll show you these pressure points. There's other ones as well for pain relief. Well done. Awesome. You're doing so well, Sally. Okay, just rest now between. Okay, so this is another one of our birth suites, and Sally's going to show us how we can use this bar here. Can be really good for support, and it's very good for when you get to the pushing stage because you've got something to have an attraction against. So Sally's going to be starting to push for us here. And you'll see how she can get her chin right down onto her chest there. That's so good, Sally. That's really good work. We can still see what's going on with the baby's head coming out. That's so good. And the partners can still be involved with pressure points. Up here on the shoulders is another really good one. We'll get to it, yeah, in there. And of course that back one that we already used before. Okay, the other thing we can do is to take this out. and change the bed around. And make it more into a sitting position. Like that. So that's another one, maybe the back of the. We'll just work with you. So is that comfortable, Sally?
Yeah, that feels good.
Okay, we can also see what's going on from this position. Okay. That's the way, right down into your bottom. That's it. See if you can hold on to it just a little bit longer, Sally. That's good. I can start seeing some things happening down there. That's really good. Good work. Good work. Okay, good. That's great. Okay, is that one gone? Okay.
Yeah.
Right, Sally, I just need you to look. Okay. This is a really good one for getting strength from the person who's supporting. So it can be from a support person or it can be from the midwife. When you need to lock eyes with somebody when you're feeling a little bit out of control. So hopefully by then we've got a relationship with you and we can do that for you. But your partners are perfect because you're already known and loved by them. So that's a really important part of being the support person. We can't overemphasise how important the support person is in labour.
Jenny, I'm feeling tired. Can I lie down?
Yes, of course. We might actually put you on your side. How does that sound?
That sounds good.
That's another really good spot. Okay, so I'm just going to take the sitting position out. Takes a little while to adjust. And then I'm going to lie you down. Okay, I'll get you to roll over towards me. You can actually hang on to that if you need to. And I'm going to put this will be really good for helping to rotate this baby, and you can still push in this position if need to be, but sometimes the baby needs a little bit of rotation. So does that feel comfy?
That feels good. Another one's coming.
Okay. That's the way, and I can still see what's going on, which is very important part of monitoring the labour. Well done, Sally. Keep it going longer and stronger. Good girl. Oh, good. That was a good one. That's the way. That's the way. Well done. Okay. At this point, we could well be getting a few things ready in between times, so we really do rely on the partner to do a lot of the support. We'll help set things up, but you can take over and just keep on. You can't get too much encouragement when you're in this stage of labour. Okay, Sally. And the other thing about the plates, yeah.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
And we'll just get these plates out. We've got these nifty little plates here that we can adjust, and the feet can come on them. Okay. I'm just adjusting yourself there, that's great. And the cool thing about this bed is that this bottom part comes out, so that if we need to get closer, maybe doctor needs to assist with the birth in some way with instruments that we've already talked about, or maybe some suturing or whatever, we can get nice and close to the end of the bed here. So it's a good spot for pushing as well. That's the way. Good work. Yeah. Grabbing behind the knees is great, and the chin on the chest. It's just the perfect way of getting that bit of traction going, similar to with the bar. It's whatever suits you. That's important. Well done, Sally. Perfect. Oh, you're making good progress. Okay, so this is our final room, 607. It's probably our largest room, and it's got our largest bath. And it's a really good room for setting up nice and dark and quiet. All of them can be made up dark and quiet. This one we've deliberately set up like that, and you'll notice the bed has been pushed out of the way, and we can use any of those items that we've used in other rooms in here as well. But for this one, Sally's now decided she'd like to have a bath, so we'll just come into the bathroom. Good girl. Well done, Sally. So just a nice bit of light. We've got these beautiful tea lights, fake ones, but they work for bringing a nice atmosphere. A nice warm bath, as deep as we can get it, and then covering up with a towel so you don't get cold belly. And using the gas, we can make that so that we can work that in here as well. So Sally's using the gas. Sometimes we have to remind her to stop between contractions, and it's a really good spot for me to be able to use this pressure point in here on the shoulders. We've got quite a lot of access actually to shoulders, to hands, to feet, for whatever we might need to do as far as that goes. And I often put a pillow in here as well. I haven't today, or even just a towel at the back here. We can use as much linen as we need to. So yeah, so well done, Sally.
So if we need to go to theatre for an emergency caesarean, elective caesarean or trial of forceps, this is where we come through. We'll take the partner, support person through to this room, and then they'll get changed through here and wait here until a midwife or another staff member comes get you. The woman will then be brought on her bed through to the anaesthetic room where the anaesthetist will meet you, and through to the theatre.
The next step is to come in through here to recovery, which is where there'll be some more observations done with you. We'll also get your baby skin to skin and start the breastfeeding process. It's a very important step, and then you'll be returned back to the ward after maybe half, 3/4 of an hour, not very long. Okay, so we're in the nursery now. Just wanted to show you over here in the corner is where we'd be weighing your baby, and then a little rack here, stretching rack I call it, where we see the length of your baby. We'll also be measuring the head circumference and doing some injections if you've agreed to them. And an important part of baby care is learning how to swaddle a baby. So I'll just show you, got our little model here. The main thing is doesn't matter what sort of wrap you use, but I prefer the nice stretchy jersey sort of type wraps. These ones at the hospitals aren't very stretchy, but they can still work. So just putting the baby with the line of the wrap at the neck. So you want to contain the shoulders. So the first thing is to put the hand just gently over the chest like that, and nice and firmly. And then do the same on the other side while you're holding the first side together. Okay. And then the bottom just comes up. Fold it down if you need to. Pick the baby up and just tuck that in a little bit. So the baby's quite contained. A hat is really good for the first 24 hours, providing there hasn't been any instruments used to birth your baby, and that way they should keep nice and warm. Another blanket over the top of that. I usually recommend a singlet and a suit. At this stage you can add booties if you want to. The hands and feet will always stay pretty cold. If you're worried about the temperature of your baby, if you just feel down the front or even behind the neck, that should tell you if that's warm, the baby should be warm. But we will be taking a few temperatures on your baby just to make sure that they're adapting well to life outside of you. And always in the cot, just at the bottom of the cot, the SIDS recommendations are at the bottom of the cot. So they can't go any further. If you use a blanket, if you put it up here and the blanket was there, then they could wriggle underneath and wouldn't be so good. So always at the bottom of the cot, flat on their back. And that's the safest way. There's no tilting or anything goes on. You could tilt these cots, but we don't. We leave them flat and on their back. And that's all there is to it.